The goal for every team at the beginning of the season is to reach the NCAA championships. And today, we'll tell you which programs earned that opportunity. The Stanford Cardinal are the defending champions this year, and they'll be among 72 schools who will have a chance to win it all in 2025. So with that, we welcome you into the NCAA Women's Selection Show. Anna Jackson with you on this big day in the college game as we take the next step towards the NCAA Division I National Championships next month. So here is what we are revealing today. We have got 72 teams who will be heading to 6 regions around the country, 2 regionals in the Southeast, 2 more in the Midwest, and 2 additional sites in Ohio and Arizona. 12 teams in each region, with 5 from each region advancing to the NCAA Championships at the end of May. So a little more detail on the field. In addition to the 12 teams, 6 individuals from teams not qualifying will also be sent to each region. 29 teams receive automatic bids for winning their conference tournaments. 43 have been selected by the NCAA committee, and 5 teams from each region will be advancing to the NCAA Championships, which will begin May 16th through May 21st. And for the second straight year, championships will be held at Omni La Costa Resort and Spa in Carlsbad, California. Okay, well, that sets the scene. Guys and gals, let's get straight to it. Berko, lots to come, as you mentioned, in the next hour. Let's take you to the 6 #1 seeds in 2025. The top overall seed, once again, are the Stanford Cardinal, who will play their regional in Norman, Oklahoma. Arkansas is the top seed and will compete in Columbus. ACC champion Florida State is the top seed in Lexington, Kentucky. SEC champion South Carolina claims the top seed in Virginia. The Oregon Ducks will travel to the Arizona desert as the top seed there, and the Texas Longhorns get to stay in state and play at Lubbock. All right, well, let's get straight to it. Let's show you the first region of the day, which will be played at the Jimmy Austin Golf Club in Norman, Oklahoma, home of the Oklahoma Sooners. And it's a course that has hosted regionals numerous times for both the men and the women. The nearby South Canadian River shapes the course and will come into play on several holes. So here are the teams that will compete in the Norman region. We've already told you about Stanford, Northwestern, the 2 seed, another strong year as well for Emily Fletcher's team. And you see 2 teams from Tobacco Road, North Carolina, and Duke. The 6th seed are the hosts, Oklahoma, so there's a good chance that the Sooners could take one of the 5 spots from this region at the NCAA Championships. And so here's a closer look at the 2025 Stanford Cardinal. The Cardinal were undefeated during the regular season and won the stroke play portion of the ACC Championship by 15 strokes before being upset in the match play semi-finals. But they were the overwhelming #1 team throughout the season with a deep and talented roster, as Megagane is now the veteran leader to go along with several rather terrific freshmen. We are rolling along on the Women's NCAA Golf Championship Selection Show, revealing our second region of the day. We'll head next to Keene Trace Golf Club outside of Lexington, Kentucky. The course is located in the rolling hills in the central part of the Bluegrass State, surrounded by horse farms that the region is famous for. So here are the teams in the Lexington region. Florida State, the top seed. More on them in just a second. Southern California, with the #5 ranked amateur Jasmine Koo, will have to make the cross-country trip to play in Kentucky. And a little further down as well, you have 5 seed Kansas State. Will have their head coach, Stu Burke, join us in just a little bit. But the #1 seed in the region are the Florida State Seminoles, led by the 2 top-ranked amateurs in the world, Lottie Wode and Mirabelle Ting. Florida State beat Wake Forest in the finals of the ACC Championship, which was one of 6 team wins for the Seminole this season. Okay, sounds great. Well, let's move along, shall we? Because we've still got so much to get to. It is time to reveal our third region of the day, hosted by the Ohio State University Golf Club in Columbus, Ohio, routinely ranked amongst the best college courses in the country. Both of the 18-hole courses were renovated by famous Buckeye Jack Nicklaus, and the women will play next month at the Scarlet course. So the number 1 seed in Columbus will be the Arkansas Razorbacks, led by head coach Shauna Taylor. Arkansas has 4 team wins this year, while losing in the match play semi-finals of the SEC tournament. Players to know include Maria Jose Marin from Columbia, who has 2 individual wins this season, and Kendall Todd, who won the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate in March. And here are the other 11 schools that will head to Ohio. The LSU Tigers are the 2 seed. Ingrid Lindblad no longer in Baton Rouge, but it's still a strong Tigers squad. The host Ohio State is the 3 seed, and then a couple of teams from the Big 12 as well. You've got Kansas and Houston round out the top 5. So, Berko, we've already announced 3 regions on this women's NCAA selection show. You can see the reactions on social media. Some teams coming in with some celebrations. USC, we've got TCU, Vanderbilt, Denver, and Baylor as well. Congratulations to all the women. But let's keep this train rolling, shall we? Because it is time to reveal our 4th region of the afternoon, the Charlottesville region in Virginia, which will be hosted at Birdwood Golf Club, designed by Davis Love III and his brother Mark. Birdwood Mansions looms over the signature par 3 17th hole. So here are the teams that are headed to Virginia. They include the number 1 seed, South Carolina, followed by the hosts, Virginia. And then you see 2 more SEC teams at 3 and 4, the Ole Miss Rebels, who are the 2021 national champions. And the 4 seed are the Florida Gators. The men's team won the national championship in 2023. And the men's basketball team as well, by the way, just won the national title. So the women will try to add their own trophy this year. And a closer look at the number 1 seed in the Charlottesville region. It's the South Carolina Gamecocks. Carolina won both the stroke play and match play portions of the SEC tournament. They also won the Darius Rucker Intercollegiate team title. Veterans Hannah Darling and Louise Ridfist have competed in the NCAA championships before. And mid-season addition Eliga Lipsky of Thailand gives the team plenty of depth. Our next region, it is Gold Canyon in Arizona, hosted by Superstition Mountain Golf and Country Club, which is east of Phoenix and named for the mountain range that surrounds the course. The club boasts 2 Jack Nicklaus-designed 18-hole tracks. And the number 1 seed are the Big Ten champion Oregon Ducks, coached by Derek Radley, who has built Oregon into a powerhouse out west. Oregon was the national runner-up in 2022 and made the semi-finals last year. This year's team is led by Kiara Romero, who was in contention late at the Augusta National Women's Amateur. So here are the teams that will make their way to the Arizona desert along with Oregon. You've got host Arizona State in the 2 seed. Missy Farkay's team is always a national championship threat. Auburn has a long way to travel as the 3 seed, as does 4 seed Mississippi State. And it'll be pretty interesting as well to see which team from the East can handle desert golf. So, Amanda, we were sort of expecting Oregon to have to travel to Lubbock or Columbus, but they end up relatively close to home and in a region they've had past success, so good news for them. It is time now to reveal our last region of the day. So let's head to the Lone Star State and the windswept plains of West Texas. The rules course in Lubbock will host this regional. Opened in 2003, it was designed by Tom Doak and created for Texas Tech University. Doak turned a cotton field into one of the best courses in the area. So the top seed in Lubbock will be the Texas Longhorns. Texas has long been a national power on the men's side. Laura Iannello has helped the Horns to a top seed in her first year in Austin. Farah O'Keefe and Laura Kim are 2 of the top 20 amateurs in the world, competing for a Texas team that has 3 team wins this season. And here are the final teams in the NCAA championship field. Wake Forest is the 2 seed. The Demon Deacons just 2 years removed from their national title. Iannello's former team Arizona is the 3 seed here. Texas A&M also gets to stay close to home as the 4 seed. And there are Jim Gallagher's Tennessee Volunteers as the 6th seed. Well, a big congratulations to all of the teams who will be heading to the NCAA regionals. Really cool to to see you up on social media celebrating and announcing to the world where you'll be heading, who you'll be facing. A big day in the women's college game. So with that, we have revealed the 72 teams who will be a part of the NCAA championship field. Each region will also include 6 players who will play as individuals, even though their teams didn't qualify. So here are these 6 players who will be in Charlottesville, including Isabella Rawle, a talented junior from Clemson, and Paris Fieldings of Howard, who was the individual champion of the Northeast Conference. And then we've got the 6 individuals in Columbus, Ohio. Isabella McCauley of Minnesota has set all sorts of school records during her 3 years with the Gophers. Vanessa Zhang of Harvard is the Ivy League champion. And Jillian Kostler of Bradley University is also a great story. She's the first player from that school to make the field in 20 years. So a big congratulations to her. Now, moving on to the 6 players who will compete in Lexington, Kentucky. Emma Bunch of New Mexico State is the 34th ranked amateur in the world. She has won a lot of individual titles during her time with the Aggies and just competed at the Augusta National Women's Amateur just this month and has got a great chance not only to advance but to win an individual title. And then the 6 players who will be in Norman, Oklahoma, including Rihanna Mission of the University of San Francisco, Cynthia Zhang from Boston College, and 2 players from Sam Houston as well, including Grace Jin. And the rules course in Lubbock, Texas will host these 6 individuals. Take a look at the journey of Clara Hertova from the Czech Republic, goes to school at Texas Tech, and sophomore will now get to play a home game in Lubbock. And Julia McLaughlin of High Point was the automatic qualifier from the Big South Conference. And finally, these 6 players who will be at Gold Canyon in Arizona, including twin sisters Jasmine and Janie Leavo, who both attend Long Beach State. Vivian Liu of the University of Washington will join them, as will Maddie Montoya of Montana State, the automatic qualifier from the Big Sky Conference. And how about this as well? We have got a watch party at Bradley for Jillian Kostler as they celebrate their individual heading to regionals. So congratulations to each and every one of you.